South East Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.
Well, the government recently announced details of the retrofit loan scheme. The €500 million scheme enables homeowners in receipt of energy upgrade grants to cover the remaining expense with low-cost loans. Geoff Kenny is the head of operations with Electric Ireland Superhomes, and he joins us now to provide us with an insight into the retrofit sector and to delve into the loan scheme. Geoff, talk to us about the partnership between Electric Ireland and the Tipperary Energy Agency.
So it's a joint venture that provides one-stop shop access grants from the SEI to the homeowner. So far in business, we've done 750 homes nationwide in the last 3 years. So the business is going from strength to strength year on year. But again, it's providing that total end-to-end solution for the homeowner on the retrofit programme under the one-stop shop scheme.
Now, Electric Ireland Superhomes is a one-stop shop for energy retrofits. So what services are most in demand from homeowners?
Well, with ourselves, we provide a total whole house solution. So we look at the total product solution. So with every, I suppose, from a homeowner, they would come to us looking at how they can get their house more comfortable and a better quality of living internally. And obviously reducing their energy bills as well in line with that. So that really the demand points would be insulation, windows and doors. And again, obviously we're a heat pump led business. So we look at the installation of a heat pump as part of that solution.
And what is the average value of a retrofit project that you work on?
The average price would be anywhere between 50 to 60,000 euros. Now, that, I suppose, to give a little bit more detail on that for you would be that the average grant that we would hand out on that would be about 25,000 euros. So let's take 50,000 euros. That would be netting to the customer, the customer, at 25,000 euro of initial outlay that the homeowner would need to provide to get the service completed. So that's going on average. Our average grant payout is 25,000 through the SEI.
The new retrofit home loan scheme was recently announced by government, which I'm sure was welcomed by Electric Ireland Superhomes.
Listen, it's been great for Electric Ireland Superhomes and the wider business as well. Like it's going to be transformative for not just the business but homeowners to access a retrofit, because we've done a recent survey. And 44% of people in that survey have indicated that they would like to get retrofit work done in the next couple of years. But more interestingly, underlying that, then 67% of people have said that they would need low-cost finance as an assistance to avail of getting retrofit work done. So again, it's for Electric Ireland Superhomes, this is a big opportunity for the homeowner to get engaged with ourselves to help them on that journey to make their home more comfortable and more energy efficient.
So provide us with the detail of the retrofit home loan scheme and what it will mean for homeowners.
So the new retrofit home loan scheme that has been announced by the government and SBCI, it's obviously permanent TSB are first to the market offering this home loan. It's coming in at 3.55%. So what that means for the homeowner is they can borrow anywhere from 5,000 to 75,000, okay, up to 10 years, all right. And in that, they can also, 75% of that money has to go towards energy upgrades, okay? But for a typical homeowner, say, going back to what we discussed earlier on, around the 50k mark for a retrofit, and they could be looking from a self-financing point, looking at about 25,000 euros. Over 5 years is working out at the moment about 459 euros a month over 5 years to finance 25,000. It's a great opportunity for homeowners. It's a great rate. And listen, I believe there's more banks will follow in time, and that's what's been indicated. And
what eligibility criteria is attached to the loan scheme?
It's like every loan scheme. It's capability to pay back. That's the indicator that they've assessed, and that's the feedback that the bank has given to us along with the SEI. Is down to the eligibility of each individual, their ability and capacity to repay the loan.
If you've just tuned in, I'm speaking to Geoff Kenny from Electric Ireland Superhomes. Geoff, if a homeowner is interested in applying for the loan, what's involved in the process?
You have to come to a one-stop shop because it's a one-stop shop driven loan scheme. Indicate to us that you are potentially looking at finance for this. There's one-page documentation that we complete for you that you can give to the bank, and they will then take that, review it, and based on their criteria, as I said, the capacity to repay, they will then look at that.
And what advice do you have for homeowners about retrofitting and the process attached to it?
My advice for homeowners is to be diligent. Look at your service. Look at the quality of the service behind it. Again, from Electric Ireland Superhomes point of view, we're an engineer-led service. Okay, so what we do is all our houses are surveyed by retrofit engineers who are being trained specifically and coming into the industry with retrofit experience. So it's an engineer-led business model. But homeowners, look at what you want to get done. I suppose the big advice I'll always say is windows and doors are the ones that slow you down the most because you tend to, aesthetically, you can look at them. So they're the ones that you need to consider in regards to colours inside and outside. But then the engineer will very much try to guide you on what's the right solution for your house to get you to the right level. Looking at service, you have to be mindful of obviously what's in your budget, what do you want to do. Again, from the point of view of look at the comfort, think about the comfort of what you're going to get at the end, because that's really what you're looking at here, and the energy efficiencies at the back of it.
Labour shortages are a key challenge for the entire construction industry right now. How much of a challenge are they for you, and what are you doing to overcome it?
From our point of view, I suppose we've main contractors that we deal with, and it's the big thing is trying to attract key labour in certain areas into the industry and liaising and building close networks with our contractors to give them a pipeline of work, again, through engaging with homeowners to try and get, where they see that there is a potential future. We do, obviously the industry sees a huge opportunity here as well for sustained business growth over time, especially contractors. There's more and more contractors coming to us on a daily basis. We have an onboarding department within our company for new contractors, and they're all the time engaging with new contractors in certain areas to try and build capacity for homeowners.
And for the benefit of any contractors listening this morning, what does the onboarding process look like with Electric Ireland Superhomes?
Internally, we have a department there where Ger, who looks after, he's head of contracting, and he would engage directly with each contractor. And we request a certain amount of paperwork up front to show eligibility and criteria and how they're formed as a company, but also insurances and bits of detail and that. That's kind of stage one. Then stage two would be out and meet and sit down and discuss the potential of what their business is about. So that's really it's an in-depth process, but it takes a couple of weeks to go through. But I suppose the reason is we want high quality contractors who can deliver as well, not just for ourselves as a business, but most importantly the homeowner, because we have to have the right people on site at all times.
And how do you quality assure the work that's done by these contractors around the country? So
we have our own internal quality control department, or QA department, which we just set up in the last 8 months. And we then review and snag all our jobs. So every contractor gets a visit from our QA department as well as our engineer during the process. And they will go out, review the work, and also go through with the homeowner to say, listen, there may be quality issues or there may not, and we address that then directly with the contractor.
Of course, the government has set an ambitious target of retrofitting 500,000 homes by 2030. How realistic is that?
It's a big challenge. I suppose, listen, we're here to play our part. We can only play our part in what we can do. So I think it is a big challenge nationally. And I know, listen, the government and the SEI are fully behind it, which is great. It gives us great comfort, but it should give the homeowner great comfort as well.
My final question this morning, Geoff, is in relation to that 50 to 60,000 euro retrofit. What is the payback time on a typical project?
It's very hard for me to, I suppose, equate that to and pay back on a potential project, because they all differ from project to project and house type to house type and what upgrades you get. So there's so many variables there that to me, I'd do the homeowner injustice by giving a figure against that. I suppose the big question is it's for you, the homeowner, to ask is to look at, potential things like increased property value, the big impact of comfort and health in your house. They're the things that you're looking at here. Payback long term, you have to consider those as well. But again, because they're so very variable from house to house, there's no standard payback that you would say that this is going to pay back over, 20, 30 years. It's very hard to put a finger on that.
Well, if you've just tuned in, that was Geoff Kenny, Head of Operations with Electric Ireland Superhomes, and I would certainly encourage homeowners to avail of this scheme when completing energy upgrade works to their home.
Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.